Midnight Ramen is a minimally edited, live recorded podcast that takes place at midnight. Although Michael may not be consuming food, it's time to get your bowls out. It's chow time.
But I'll come back to you. Break stride, sailing me. Free falling, choose my enemy. Free from the things you say. It will all come back someday.
Good evening, gamers and other folks alike. It is midnight once again here. You are listening to Midnight Ramen with me, Michael. I hope y'all are doing good today. On this July night, morning, whatever, same difference, whatever. It's whatever. Whether it be 7:13 or 7:12, depending on what your time zone is, it's always fun and when we're doing. I don't know what I'm going at here. Anyways, I already said hello. If you want to watch this live, you can catch this at Melt Alert Original, all one word, on Twitch. Capitalize the M in Melted, the L in Lurk, and the O in Original. You should be good to go. If you mess that up, sorry. I don't know how you do that. Then you can't spell. Which, I give you a little grace, because, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. However, yeah, it's all one word. Capitalize the first letter in each word, or each word, but whatever. You can, if you can't watch this live though, you can go to YouTube and watch the VOD of this. I try and upload these pretty damn quick, because it is minimally edited. I don't want to say I don't put a lot of work into it, but I try to make it quick. Or the stuff that I do, I try to make it quick. And it's really reliant more or less on how fast the rendering process and the uploading process take, which I feel like a lot of times is either so rendering this usually takes 30 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe 40 minutes, tops. Uploading, it could be very quick or it could be very slow. But after it gets initially uploaded, I think it also gets the HD, processing, which takes up a lot more time than actually uploading it. I feel I think that adds I think altogether it takes 90 minutes. I usually get done about 3, so that's 2 hours. So it's 30 minutes to edit, which honestly I don't take 30 minutes to edit. Get in that time, usually 3 o'clock. So I got some leeway here and there. It's probably usually around the time that I do upload these directly from this. Typically. And I usually come up with the title. I come up with the title because I also, when it renders, I create the thing tag, but I create the thumbnail, I have a template for that. Why am I saying this? I don't need to know. I am filling time. Killing time, bro, with that Disney Channel flow. Actually, that's a fun topic I like talking about. I really haven't talked a whole lot about it, even though, I know I have at some point. Not too much. I might have, though. But before I get to that, earlier today, I just got back from a Gradients concert with from my boys. Of course, if you know, you know. And they do their music is the stuff that you hear at the beginning and the end of the podcast. And they played some of their stuff earlier before, the preamble, when the stream starts. Because I like doing that. But yeah, I I went to one of their concerts because I was like, oh, they're down in the cities. I'm gonna go, and I don't have anything that's going on at night, so I might as well do it. And it was good. It was very good. Um, they were playing some stuff that they're working on. Um, I'm not gonna. I vaguely remember, but like, I'm definitely one of those people at like at a concert or a bar that needs to be entertained visually. I'm like one of those kids. It's like in TikTok, how there's like, oh, you have like a thing going on top, and then like Subway Surfers or some stupid app going on in the bottom that's like clickbait more or less. I'm that kid at concerts. I'm that guy at concerts. Like I need to be visually entertained for some reason. I don't know why. I can focus on the band, and they do their work and trying to make it visually happen. But like I don't know what it was today that I was just like looking around the venue because they also had like four TVs up playing different shows all on HBO Max or on Max. I'm sorry, same thing, same diff. But there was like one that was playing The Sopranos, one that was playing The Wire. I only really noticed it because like the title and it had Lance Reddick in it. Rest in peace. Um, Courage the Cowardly Dog and Fresh Prince of Bel Air, which I'm pretty sure is more of a Paramount Plus, but I don't know. I don't know. Um, yeah. So like those are the four things that were on the TV. So like occasionally I look over, and it's crazy though. Like with like the one that was playing Courage the Cowardly Dog, I saw the slab, the infamous slab episode. Like, huh? And it's like early in the show because they do the. I feel like a lot of shows like cartoons in the early '90s and 2000s, like that, like Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dexter's Lab, like SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents would do like like 10-minute bits, to get to the commercials. So you'd have like your first show, your first, part, and then your second part. And on rare occasions, you'd have both parts be one episode if it was a special. And if you're really lucky, it would be an hour, but typically not. Typically not. But it's crazy, like how much classic stuff goes on in those episodes. Because like you have, like for SpongeBob, the first couple of episodes are like some of the most literally iconic ones. You have the fry cook, the like in between little segment that was like no dialogue, just like a leaf blower. And I think the like technically second bit was like Sandy showing up. I think that's what it was. The I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. That was literally episode 1. And then episode 2, you have literally the you have Rip Pants in episode 2. I could be wrong, but that's crazy. Banger after banger. Like, god damn. Like even for Courage the Cowardly Dog, there were like some like the ones that were like I didn't watch that show when I was a kid because I was fucking bitch. I was a scaredy cat. Like I have lots of stories of me like wimping out on things just because I had a lot of fear. Like roller coasters, scary stuff, being afraid of the dark, but like every kid is, I feel like. Um, basic stuff. Heights a little bit. Yeah, heights, well, roller coaster, whatever, the heights. But I feel like for roller coasters, more about like going upside down that I was more afraid of than anything else. Which after like going in roller coasters that do that, it's like I'm more scared of like falling out or getting stuck if that were to happen. I mean, and I'm like a light guy. If I like I could honestly fly out. Like I could just like whoop, just like slip through the cracks. I'm like, oh, someone left a crack in the floor. Oops, someone left the window open. Bye. That's me. But I think the Meg one that I really noticed was the slab, the like mummy's curse. I was like, what the? I saw the screen card of it, like the title card of it. I'm like, no fucking way, dude. Just like mid concert, I'm just like, I would like look over and be like, the slab. Please return the slab or suffer my curse. It's like, god damn. And it's one thing to be like, I feel like people know, like if you know exactly, like you don't even have to like picture it in your head. You just know it. Just like the slab. You only need half of that and you know what's going on. Or like the slab or like the like CGI mummy or ghoul or whatever the fuck it was. I don't know. Just like, and you know, it's piss shit. It's pants pissing territory. Uh, yeah, I don't know how they allow that. How you would allow kids to watch that. You gotta have like balls to really watch that stuff as a kid. I don't know. I don't know how little kids could watch that without getting scared. You know? I mean, as you get older, like obviously, duh, but like, you know, like 5, 6. You know, this will come in at like, you know, where the whole family would be around watching the television or like early in the morning. You could stumble upon watching that show or like right after school when you get home or whatever. Like, I feel like those were the times that show would and could come on. And especially for like very young kids, that shit is hella scary. Hella scary. Yeah. But yeah, and then like some of the other ones, it was The Sopranos, which I was like kind of like, I want to watch The Sopranos, but god damn, it's long. God damn, it's long. Like I've watched like a good chunk of season 2, season 1, but like some of it I watched today. Some of it at work. Yeah, I mean I want to watch it, but I also at the same time don't have the patience to sit through all of it. It's like, would I like it? Yes, 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 yes. It's like The Godfather. Have I seen The Godfather? No, not none of it, none of it. But do I want to watch? Would I like it? Yes. Am I learning Italian for no apparent reason other than for a joke because of a JoJo's meme? Yes. Am I going to try? Am I going to watch the shows or movies? No. Why? That's just the way it works. I don't know. Um, and I love that stuff too. Like, what the hell? Like Mama the Dead? Oh, okay, now we're coming back to the topic that I wanted to talk about. Or that I was gonna lead it off to. So I am a major Call of Duty Zombies fan. Major. And now you can't really do it anymore. Now you can't really do it. Because of the reason a lot of the older games are, because they run off the exact same engine, are easy to hack. Very easy to hack. And I think even the one, like there's the one like Modern Warfare 2, the one that's out today, still runs on the same exact engine that Black Ops did back in the day. It still technically runs off of the, what was it? I can't remember, platinum or plutonium. It starts with a P, I'm pretty sure. But like it runs off of the same exact engine. And yeah. Or I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong, but like it runs under the same stuff. And yeah, it's easily hackable. That if you know how to do it, you could literally fuck someone over. You can steal their stuff. You can destroy their computer. Very malicious stuff. Like you can steal their identity. Bad. Like that. Like that's what you could do. And so a lot of people have taken it into their own hands to either mod it or this or that. So that way you can't do that. You can't get hacked or, and Activision, and I don't know how it's going to be now since the acquisition of Activision and Blizzard by Microsoft just kind of got approved more or less, or the World Trade Commission, their hold on that has been lifted, so I'm pretty sure that it's going to go through pretty soon here, if not now. I wonder how that's going to change that, because in the recent, like in the last month or two, they really tried to like focus, especially on Call of Duty, like Cold War, on making sure that people can't hack it anymore. And they just dropped like a very significant update on it that allows that. So when you boot up the game, the only way that you could get people into a lobby that could potentially hack it, you have to go into the settings and go from friends only to like online or whatever. So it would, you would have to really go out of your way to, make it happen. Which, if you're playing zombies or something like that, or campaign, it's not gonna happen. But if you did multiplayer, that's a different horse. That's a horse of a different color right there. And a bit like some of the big ones like Plutonium and Boy, the Boy client for Black Ops 3, are just like they exist, but they also now don't. They do exist, but they don't. And it sucks because like Black Ops 3 has a lot of the stuff, especially for zombies players, that you can't really play it anymore. And it sucks. I hate that. I really do. And oh, me taking the alcohol, being like, ugh, getting that. Ugh. But no, like I feel like whenever that, it's really like you have like whenever you boot up Black Ops 3, you're online. So in that brief moment that someone could that you are online, if you go offline, like you can go offline and you're totally fine, totally safe, you're totally good. But you start up the game online. So in that brief moment that it takes you to get from the menu to the starting screen to the menu to change it to offline mode or whatever, someone could get into your game, hack it, and do all this stuff. It's not fun. It's not fun. It sucks. It really does. And they tried to get a little bit of it, but they really didn't fix it. And hopefully soon. Hopefully. And it really, really accounts. I feel like a lot of the time it mainly impacts like, big content creators and streamers like that do a lot of zombies content. But still, you never know. You never know when it sucks. I want to play some custom zombies, maybe with the boys if they want to ever do it, but I can't really do that unless if I like teach them how to download this client that allows them to do this and that, but I can't really do that. It's a whole shebang, and I don't want to mess with it. It's a lot, and then you gotta download a VPN. You gotta know which the IP address and all that crap, and it's just not worth it. Not worth it in the very end to be playing a game once or twice, and then it sucks. It really does. And when it get on, and it can also happen on consoles too. So yeah, your Xbox can be bricked. That's amazing. I find that's funny. Not really. Okay, OneDrive, I get it. Shut up. I didn't ask. But yeah, it sucks that that has to be a thing, but it is nowadays. I start I but I think my zombies journey really started out in Black Ops 1. My cousins had it, and whenever I went to their house and played a little bit, I'd hit up Nuketown, I'd hit up, I think mainly I'd hit up Nuketown and stuff like that, play with bots or whatever, just for fun, play with them. But I would also hit up zombies. I would go to Kino. I would go to which ones do they have? I don't remember. I think it was mainly just Kino. Kino and 5. Because duh. But I feel like there might have been another one that they might have had. I don't know. I can't remember. But I think they had at least one of the DLCs. Oh, Call of the Dead. Call of the Dead. I do remember playing that at their house back in the day, which that was fun. Even though I didn't really get too far into it because I was a dumbass kid. Yeah, that was fun. And then Black Ops 2, when that came around, that's when I really got into it. I feel like I only got really good at it once Mob of the Dead came around, and I learned how to train and do all that stuff and this and that, and how to actually play it. Which that map is, I mean, it's probably, my opinion, one of the best maps that they've ever made, or that's ever been put out, because uh, it's very beginner friendly. The Easter egg is super simple. You literally have to just build the plane and go to pack a punch 3 times, basically. Pretty much. That's all you have to do. Uh, maybe I mean, multiplayer stuff, whatever, blah 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 blah. You don't have to do it that way. If you want to, you can. You don't really have to. But yeah, but you start out with a game with like a solo game. A solo game, you get 3 revives, and they replenish each round. So that's amazing. I mean, not all of them do, but like one does. So you get a free revive every single round. That's incredible. So you can take like a shit ton of downs and still be able to play the game, which is, my opinion, awesome. Or like when you're at the pack a punch, when you use the electric chair, when you go back and then you're in the like ghost form, it doesn't use up one of your things because doy. But oh my gosh, the mechanics of that, the mechanics of that map, I feel like still hold up well to this day, and I are kind of hard to replicate. I don't know if they've really ever gotten like did that again for a long time. Especially like literally teleporting your character, putting you into a different mode, and then you know having to do all this crap to get it to work. And in like I think in a multiplayer game, you can probably have someone on the bridge while someone else isn't on the bridge, which is nuts. Or have someone go back to the prison. But yeah, and it's also cool like how detailed that map is too. Literally modeled like I don't know how size exactly wise, but it's modeled to be exactly the same as Alcatraz prison, which is freaking amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. What else can I say? What else can I say? Um, and then Origins, I played that. Like from then on, like Buried, Origins, I played a shit ton of those 2 maps. 3 I didn't because that's when the consoles changed over from an Xbox 360 to an Xbox One, and or like that generation. So I didn't really play them until like I had a good laptop that can run the game, which even then struggled to do it. But I mean, the computer that I have now runs it fine. But the game itself is fucked. The game itself is fucked. Like, the loading screen, like, is laggy as hell. It runs at like 10 FPS on any, like seriously, in the year of our Lord and Savior 2023, a game that came out like it's almost a decade old. Let's be honest with ourselves, that game is almost a decade old. Still runs like crap when it opens. That's not good. It's not good. And it has to start out online. Yeah, no. Mm-mm. 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 I can't. I just can't. But whatever. There's a lot of issues. And then Black Ops 4, just balls. Just the whole release of that one was just balls. They had good intentions and they had a big idea and things that they wanted to do with it when like it wasn't Treyarch's turn to have a Call of Duty yet. They wanted to put content out for the game, have like a year or two to tide people over, but god damn. Like, we missed like 2 maps for both stories that they wanted to do, which sucked. Because you had a cliffhanger with the Chaos storyline, which is like new to Black Ops 4, just leaving off on a cliffhanger. Like being, oh, and spoilers, I guess, but not really, whatever. Like Medusa's like, oh, I want to go to the Library of Alexandria, which was going to be the next map. And like some of the characters are dead. Some of them are like part of this cult that wants to bring the end of the world or whatever. I don't really know what it is, but some characters are dead. Some are just like, oh, what the fuck is going on? And yeah, that would have been very cool. I think people wanted to know what goes on. Where's it go from here? But then it switched over to probably the worst, absolutely worst map ever, Alpha Omega. Ooh. Just, if Nuketown Zombies was the worst map on Black Ops 2, I feel like Alpha Omega is the worst map on Black Ops 4. At least I feel like that was the vibe that I get from it, and I don't think I'm wrong. I'm being completely honest. I feel like that's probably the case. It just sucks. Just the vibe that I get from it just sucks. Like, the whole Easter egg is putting in numbers into a machine that you have to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. It's just like, that's boring. And then like challenges are just like stupid hard or stupid easy. It's like, why? And then having just like the sad myth ending of Togder, which like people wanted the Victus crew to come back, but like a lot of people really didn't care for him anyways. But it's just like, it's kind of, it's depressing. Even like they had a lot of like good, like a lot of things going for him, but then they just like iced him, and then they brought him back for literally a map so that way they could literally get lost, like get trapped in a dead dimension. So that's funny. That's funny. Cool. Great. Now what? But then Cold War. If Cold War wasn't during the pandemic and got the love it deserved, like more maps and stuff like that, holy fuck, that game would have been so good. I mean, even the stuff that it did get, like the characters and stuff like that, whatever. The maps and the gameplay, stellar. I think the worst thing, and it's for Firebase Z, is that weird round that forces you to do a tower defense thing that doesn't last until you finish it, or kill the order, or else your power gets turned off, which who cares? Uh, yeah, I mean, there's nothing really much to it. I mean, people would probably just want their stuff to be turned off rather than have to go through a whole horde of zombies just so that way you have your stuff powered on that you could just literally turn back on the next round by killing the start of the wave. It's like, oh, that was easy. What? Huh? What? Okay. Whatever. And then Forsaken just kind of, and then a lot of the stuff was just like rehashed and reused. Um I honestly think that the Outbreak was a good, it's still a good idea. More of an open map zombies thing. It's still a good thing. I loved it. I love playing it. Um the Easter eggs are, and the scaling can be, but it's very fun. It's very fun to play, actually. Uh, yeah, it was very fun. Like the Easter eggs suck. Especially the first main Easter egg just sucked. It's like you have to be like you get to a certain map, and there's like this certain order or something. I can't remember what step it is. If you fuck it up, the thing is just reset, and you got to figure out which one happens. But then sometimes the interact button that you need to actually start it doesn't appear, so you don't know if it actually started or not. And then sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it is, and then you just got to go back and forth. And it's like, meanwhile you have a whole horde of zombies and like a guy spitting like acid at your like atomic bombs at your face. Like, there's no time for this. I I hate that. I hated it, but I got that one done, so I'm like, I'm fine with it. And I think that one's that Easter egg probably costed me the most time when I did all of them in one sitting. I think the Outbreak Easter eggs took me the longest. The second one, not so much. The first one, I had to do like twice because I was stuck on on like the second to last step, or like the last step before the boss fight, which sucked. But I got it done, so I got it done. Uh, I have that achievement. But there was like a, I can't remember what it was. There was like a thing that they added in like afterwards in one of the maps. In Zoo, in the Outbreak Max in Zoo that you can go over to. That's like, oh, if you complete however many Easter eggs that you completed, uh, you can upgrade basically your starting weapon to the highest tier that it can be, which is so freaking cool. Like, and you can also turn it off and turn it on, which is awesome. I mean, it's specifically only for, I think it's only on one of the maps. I could be wrong. It could be on like every single one in a certain area, but just the fact that it's a thing is so cool. And it's got like this cool animatic like animation to it that like makes the sun, or like you can visually see the sun when you're facing the ritual thing space in the usual way. It turns like to like an eclipse. It's like, oh, that's so awesome. The sky goes black. It's just so cool. Or is it purple? I don't know. It's just like, that's so awesome. And then they did stuff for, and then Treyarch got like roped into having to do stuff for Vanguard, and that sucked. That sucked. But yeah, I think that's enough about my. I could go on for a long time talking about that, but I need to get off of it. I'm gonna take a little drink here before I get into some magic. I'm drinking Spotted Cow, which, I mean, if you know, you know. It is the classic Wisconsin brand beer, and it's actually pretty good. I like it. And I think this is the first time I really like had it. It's not bad. It's not bad. I like it. It's not like I always have that like tense like out whenever I drink alcohol a little bit, just because it's like bitter, but it's not bad. I like it. It's really good. It's got flavor, and oh man, you can only get in Wisconsin. And like for years, I always forget to get it. Whenever like I was in Wisconsin, I would like go out to like a gas station and be like, okay, I'm getting gas, and I'm also getting spotted cow, and then I'd always forget getting the getting spotted cow. But I think my mom or my sister were there. We're in Wisconsin. I'm like, get spotted cow for God's sakes, get it, and they did. They did bring some stuff, and it's been in the fridge for a while. So I'm like, oh, I might as well drink one because I haven't had one. It's good. But time to do some magic stuff. So, as per usual, I got 4 packs. Typically, I got 4 packs of Lord of the Rings draft stuff. I'm gonna roll my D4, and whatever number I roll twice is the amount of packs I'm gonna open. So 3. That was a 1. 3. I feel like I always end up doing 3 a lot of the time. I feel like that one. I feel like this bottom one. This bottom one needs to go back. Although I feel like that one's gonna be good. So unless if I get something very bad out, if I don't really do anything good out of these, which it could happen, I am gonna open up that pack because I'm a goober. I'm a sucker. I'm a gambler. And it looks like there might be a card from the list in this. Oh, wait, no. Nope. That's not right. So do that. Ooh, look, a land. 3? See, it's also a draft, so I don't know why the draft they got backwards. It's weird as hell. Tale of... I'm not even going to try. Council's Deliberation. Great Hall of the Citadel. Crusher. A Troll Crusher. Quarrel's End. Hunt of the Dead Marshes. Deceive the Messenger. Eagles of the North. Omnifont. Mushroom Watchdogs. Sam's Desperate Rescue. Knights of Emeroth. Let's make sure my cards aren't like spinning. I think this is about where the rare is gonna be. I don't know. Oh wait, no, the swamp. I forgot about the swamp. This is either the foil or the rare. I don't know. Ooh, Watcher of the Water. Watcher in the Water. I'm sorry. It enters the battlefield tapped with 9 stun counters on it. Whenever you draw a card during an opponent's turn, create a 1/1 blue tentacle creature token. Wink. Whenever a tentacle you control dies, untap up to 1 target Kraken and put a stun counter on up to 1 target non-land permanent. And then if a permanent with a stun counter would become untapped, remove one of that. That's kind of It's kind of on it. But not bad. Then Old Man Willow for the last card behind it. So it's an okay mythic. I mean, I could put it it's like a Sea Serpent Kraken deck. I don't know. But tentacles? Kind of sus. I think 4. Feel like I want to do this card, but I also don't trust it. Okay. Gift of Strands, Gandalf Sanction, Hobbit Sting, Relentless, I'm not, whatever, Breaking of the Fellowship, Kingfisher, Shrine Scarecrow, Eastmark Cavalier, Peligrew Survivor, Shower of Arrows, 2 words that I'm not, a Patrol Dude, a Guide, the Ring token, a Plains Land, Moira of Marauder for the rare, Double Strike. Whenever a goblin or orc you control deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. So not bad. And then Foray of the Orcs on the end. So not bad. Crack that one open. Decent. I could put it into like a goblin deck, but do I have a reason to? No. No. Oh, excuse me. That's enough right there. Go. All right. Golem's Bite. Yes. Shadow Summoning. Battle Scarred Goblin. Banish from Medoras. Fire the Dude. Bewitching Leechcraft. Wizard's Rockets. Escape thing. Tie him down. Brandywine Farmer. Knights. Mirkwood Bats. Mirkwood Bats. Orc Army Token. A Schwamp. And then on the end, got this lady. Sackville Baggins. She's okay. Enters the battlefield, exile target creature from opponent's graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn. Then create X treasure tokens, where X is the exiled card's power. So it's very situational, but whatever. It's not the best. It's not great. However, I have a story to tell about some magic stuff that I did the other day. So I finished up on I've been finishing up a couple of my decks. I might have said this last time. One of the decks that I finished, and it's not. I mean, it's honestly it's gonna keep on growing and getting better. But one of the decks that I finished making and I used was an Azorius, so a white and blue deck. The commander for it is called Grand Abolisher Augustus or something. I can't remember exact. The fourth, or no, Grand Abolisher, whatever. I can't remember. The fourth, Augustus the fourth, and what it does is basically your creature cards that are white cost 1 less, 1 generic mana less. Your blue cards cost 1 generic mana less, and spells that your opponents control cost 1 generic mana more. So it's basically what you want to do is make your opponents. You want to tax your opponents, make their spells cost a lot to cast, or have it so that when they attack you, they have to pay a shit ton to do anything to you, which is the idea of the deck. And it works. It does very well, like making people suffer and making opponents' cards cost way too much. I feel like, though, it needs a lot more work in drawing because it's blue. Canceling, which could be blue and or white, and having a win con, because I have no real way of winning the game unless if like I went out of my way to like kill someone with damage and creatures, which I don't have strong enough creatures to really do a dent in a lot of decks, a lot of other decks, unless if like something weird happened. And that isn't to say that I couldn't, but it would take a long time and it's not worth it. Just be smacking hitting a person for 3 damage every round. Oh yeah, that's 7 to outright, you know, take out an opponent that way with my commander alone would take 7 turns. Or for Grand Abolisher on its own, if the opponent had nothing to really answer, nothing to really do anything with that, no creatures to block, it would take 7 turns. That is a lot. And I don't have any ways of bumping it, and I'd rather not do it that way. But yeah, I played a game with it with the outsider and one of our other friends, Cryo Mia River, which they both streamed the match. It sucked. It lasted way too long, and we should have ended it. like there were multiple points where especially I could have sped it up, or someone else could have sped up the game and make it happen a lot quicker than it did. I mean, I tried doing what I could to make sure that my game plan was still intact, but even I was like, God, I really want this to end. A little bit of me wants this to not go on, because I wanted to be off at like 10:30. I was off at like 11:30, 11:45, and I need to get up for work. So yeah, that was a pain in the butt. I hated that. That was not fun. Oh, what happened? It was interesting, to say the least. And basically my play group said, if you're going to play that again, yeah, we're going to try and kill you on the spot. It's like, well, fair. It's not done. It got what I feel like it's evil. It's evil. It's straight up evil. It does what it wants to do, and I'm proud of it in that regard, but I feel like there's places and things that it needs to do better to bring it up to the level where I think it's diabolical. And it kind of already is diabolical, but actually I just have to mention the name of it and people literally piss their pants. That's what I need to focus on, making that deck better. And then another one that I was working on, it's kind of more like an anime deck, just like a Voltron, another Voltron style deck where I just attach a bunch of equipment things onto one creature and just beat the living snot out of someone with this big ass creature that's just like indestructible, super huge, instant kill, stuff like that. Like if it gets damaged through, you're done. You're dead. You're just straight up dead. It doesn't matter. I basically try to make it super tough for my opponents in that sense. But yeah, I'm still I'm making more, and I'm still trying to make a lot. I feel like I'm making a lot more, but I'm also trying not to, which also sucks because Commander Legend stuff is coming out, and there's a lot of. It's only as of the recording this podcast, it's now it's technically day 3, but only in the first 2 days. Wow, there's a lot of heat. There's a lot of heat in that. A lot of good Commander staple cards that need reprints. A lot of them need reprints. And there's honestly quite a bit that I hope don't get reprints because they've been reprinted up the ass. I'm looking at you, Atali Primal Storm. I'm looking at you. Literally getting printed in every single set since it was released. Less than 5 years ago. Yeah, I don't think it needs another printing. Yeah, no. But it's probably gonna get reprinted, which that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And it's also a good card, but seriously, give some love to the other ones. They're like $20 and do the exact same thing or do similar things. Come on. But yeah. I think that I want to say that's enough magic. I like talking about magic all the time. But yeah. Oh, you know what? I could actually more or less transition in. I mean, it's not the end. It's definitely not the end. But I want to just transition to talking about the boys. About the concert I just went to with Gradients, which will transition into closing because I'm looking at the clock and it's getting there. It's getting close. Ah, yeah. So like, I really didn't know. Like, I knew they had a concert going on. I think last week, and I was like, ah, shit, I can't really go because I have to do some church stuff because I'm probably doing soundboard or whatever. But then I double checked it and saw that I wasn't doing anything. So I'm like, yes, I can go because I'm usually doing that on Wednesday nights. I'm like, damn it, I'm not gonna be able to go. But then I realized I saw it. Like, oh, I'm not on. I'm going. I didn't even let them know because it would have been funny for them to figure out when I got there, and it was. It was awesome. Um, I left, I left work. I came home and let the dog, made sure the pets were doing good. Um, then I left, got gas. Like I had to I mentally had to time myself to make sure that I gave myself enough time, not only to get home from work, I had to time me getting home from work, me taking the dog for a walk, me cleaning out my cat's litter box, like doing just general sitting around with the pets and make sure, like just make sure that they're good. And then timing how long it would take me to drive to get gas, how long it would take for me to get gas, how long would it take for me in kind of rush, I wouldn't say rush hour traffic, in traffic, how long would it take for me to get to food? And then how long would it take for me to get from food to where I need to go? I was so spot on every single time, except for getting home. I think it was a little bit late. But after that, like I was like, boom, I made it to this location at the right time. Boom, I made it to this location at the right time. Just like, yes. Yes. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Uh yeah, I'm parking and I like also try to make sure I got parking in the cities because that can be a bitch sometimes. Uh but yeah. Yeah. And it's the venue was literally right across the street from Twins, the Twin Stadium. Like literally it's less than a block. It was crazy. So and like it's like in this like so small, kind of small venue. I've seen smaller venues before. I've seen a lot smaller venues before. Uh, and it was a good venue. I liked it. Um, it was quaint. I mean, it was like a bar, or really a cafe, but it was more of a bar. Let's be honest with ourselves. Uh, I don't even know if they have food. I know someone got food. Someone brought in like a Papa John's pizza, like two Papa John's pizzas, or like what? Huh? But yeah, that was weird. That's kind of funny though. Uh, yeah. And then they had like a group before, but they were running late, so the them Gradients playing was a little bit later than they wanted to, like 30 minutes. But even then, like they played a whole set and got it. They played a whole set, and of course, I forced them to play Black Forest Ham Sandwich as per usual because I have to. I am legally obligated. Or not, I'm not legally obligated. I feel like I'm legally and contractually obligated to make sure that they play that song every time I go to one of their concerts or whenever they hold one that I am present at, because it's just funny. It's just very funny. It's a funny song, but man, does it rock. Like I honestly considered of using that for the show, but I'm like, that just seems kind of like, nah, nah, mm-mm, mm-mm. I feel like it's a little too tongue in cheek, and I don't think it really fits into the vibe of the show. Although, you know, it would be very, very funny for sure, for sure. And also, like, I feel like the cuts, like, I would have, like, if I were to do, like, the intro part versus the outro parts, like, where do I cut in that song to make that work? Not to say that I couldn't, but it wouldn't be as clean as I did with as used to it. And some of the, like, I even considered some of the other songs from that album, The Call, which you can listen to on Spotify and Apple Music right now, and other streaming platforms. You can even go to YouTube if you want to listen to the album. Like, literally, you can. You can listen to their music on YouTube. Uh, I think you can listen. I don't want to. I don't want to check right now. Not to say that I don't want to do my boys a disservice, but you can probably see all of their like release stuff on YouTube, if worse comes to worse. But yeah, yeah. I like their stuff. it's. I'm not saying it because like I feel like like I get their style of music, like even before, like I get it, but like I love my boys and I love how hard they go. I love what they do. I have to support them and I like them. I love their music. Unironically, and not to say that like I'm doing you know, kissing ass and whatever, but I love their music. I really do. And they did play a couple of songs that they're working on, which hopefully and maybe might be coming out soon. Maybe, I don't know. I think honestly they need to release a music video for something, like a good, like legit music video. That would be hilarious. Like for Black Forest Ham Sandwich, and I hope they're not listening to this. I want to do a D&D campaign with them. I really hope they don't hear this, because this is major spoilers, and nobody tell them. Nobody tell them. Please, for the love of God, nobody tell them. If you do, I will find you. Not really. I will find whatever comment and force you to delete it, because I don't want them to know. I really don't want them to know. Please do not tell them. Do not send this clip to them. If you're part of Gradients right now, skip ahead. Uh, when I clap, skip ahead to when I clap. If I haven't clapped, whatever, don't like mute, just mute. Yeah. So I wanted to do a D&D campaign with the boys, with the whole band, and just you do random things here and there, like whatever, but then have one of the occurrences, or one of the things happen, is like someone says, or like one of the puzzles acts like brings, I don't know how or what. I really haven't thought too far. I've thought about it a little bit, but not like extremely hard. But like they accidentally, or like 3 times they say either BFHS, or they convoke the name Black Forest Ham Sandwich. And when that happens, I will literally boom, and they have to kill this demon, this like extremely like basically a chef demon, and they have to like fight him. It would be hilarious, and he'd be just coming out like a bat at, like a literal like bat out of hell, whatever. Duh, just kicking the shit out of them, Just roll initiative. You're about to get your asses handed to. Would it be unfair? Probably. Would it be hilarious? Oh, it would be. Would it be awesome? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It would be so awesome. Speaking of, okay, Gradins, you can listen in once again if you are watching this or listen, whatever. I clapped. Uh, but yeah, you know what? Let's end it off here. I enjoyed going to their concert. No good people. Even the act before them, damn it, the Dark Noon. They were good too. I like. They played some good stuff. But yeah. Oh, let me actually do them a service because that would just be mean if I said the other band's name wrong. Like, that would just be mean. I'm sorry. It would be. It really would be. Oh, yeah, yeah, I was right. The Dark Noon. I was right. There were only two, like, they were a 4-piece band too, but only 2 of them are there, and they still just rocked they rocked hard. And they just went non-stop. Like, I think they might have did like 1 or 2 little breaks to be like in their set, just to be like, oh yeah, we're the band, and it's like, oh, here's a song or whatever. They just kept playing. They just went from song to song, and it was just like, god damn, they were good. They were good. Like even 2 members down, they were just good. I liked it. And of course, going to Gradients. You know I loved it. You know I loved it. All that stuff. But yeah. Well, it's time to wrap it up. It is time to wrap it up. So I hope y'all had a good one. If you want to watch this live, you can go to twitch.tv/Melted Original, all one word. Capitalize the M Melted, the L Nurk, and O Original. If you somehow mess it up, good luck to you. But if again, I get it. But that's also the same thing that you can go to YouTube where you can watch the VODs and eventually maybe on Spotify and Apple Music and that. Or not Apple Music, Apple Podcasts. Eventually. I really want to get, I feel like by the end of the year, I want to get these up on there. But will I? Who knows? Who knows? Anyhow, thanks to Gradients for the use of the song Used to It off of the album The Call. I just said a lot of stuff about him, so yeah. It was good seeing the boys. It was very good seeing him again. I haven't talked to him for a while. Or seen him in a long time. I don't think I've seen him since like August. Yeah, that was a long time. Jesus. No. Was it August? Might have been September. No, it was October. It was October. I've last seen them. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Because I haven't really been up there in a while. Just hung out with them. But yeah, it's been a long time. And yeah. And thanks to you guys for listening, watching, doing what you do, and all that fun stuff. But it's not midnight here anymore. But it's midnight somewhere. But until it becomes midnight here once again, I just got to say it. Bye-bye.
Yeah, well, just when I needed you, I see from a different view. Oh, baby, now don't be scared, but don't get used to it. Yeah, when I told her I can't let go, when I told her I can't say no. Oh, baby, well, I was scared, but now I'm used to it. I was scared, but now I'm used to it.